Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome back to episode 3, season 3 of Tea Time Travels. I didn't record an intro, which seems kind of off for me, so I'm recording it now, and I will meet you guys for the start of episode 3. Let's go to deck 8, Central Park.
And we're back on Central Park territory. We are looking for ducks. One thing we've learned for certain is that people come in very early in the morning, right before breakfast or right after breakfast, and they start dropping off ducks. And this happens many times throughout the day where ducks are replenished. We have to just be very patient. Oopsies. We have to be very patient, and we have to look everywhere because you never know when you're going to find a duck. Guys, we just arrived to Haiti. Look at that, how beautiful. But we're not getting off. We're gonna continue to duck hunt. We're gonna continue to do, be careful there, baby, other activities. So we've made it to Johnny Rockets. We're gonna go ahead and have a little breakfast, but I wanted to break down the menu for you guys. So at Johnny Rockets, you guys have a full-blown menu that is free. So this is the way it works. You have eggs my way, breakfast scramblers, you have the veggie lovers, cheesy bacon lovers, the works. Then over here you have the breakfast specialties, the breakfast sandwich, the breakfast BELT sandwich, buttermilk pancakes, and French toast. Then you have the premium specials. Now, the premium specials are not free. These are the only items on the menu you would have to pay for if you choose to have them. It's the rocket loaded breakfast potato for $1.99. You also have the Rocket Breakfast Burger for $4.99 and the Maple Bacon Shake for $2.99. This is the Maple Bacon Shake. Now, you can do them individually, or you can just get all three of them for $7.99. So that's what you would pay if you choose to have these premium specials. Otherwise, these beverages here, these sides, and everything else on the menu is completely free. It's a great option if you choose not to go to the Windjammer, if you choose not to go to any of the other areas on board that offers breakfast. You can come to Johnny Rockets and you can have a Johnny Rockets breakfast for free. Again, the premium specials are the only ones you would have to pay for, but it's greatly priced. All three of them for $7.99 is fantastic. So I'm waiting for my husband and Aloha because they were playing pickleball. And then I have Coco here. She's playing on what they call the chips. So this is basically right next to the Aqua Theater. And you can just climb on these chips and they have a fantastic time. They love doing that. And we have a table right next to them so we can watch them enjoy themselves and have some breakfast. They just brought hot cocoa for Aloha and Coco. And I'm going to go ahead and wait for my husband so we can put our order in. But this is a great option, a great alternative if you want breakfast, but you don't want to hit up the Windjammer.
So there you have it, another great spot to pick up a free breakfast on board the Symphony of the Seas. Keep this in mind for all Royal Caribbean ships when visiting Johnny Rockets. Now, this is definitely something I would encourage everybody to try at least once so you can get a feel of breakfast across a lot of dining options on the cruise. Afterwards, we jumped on over to Playmakers, which is a sports grill. They were closed, but the games were open. So we enjoyed a little quiet family time. It was a lot of fun. And because everybody was at port, my family and I decided to stay on and just enjoy the ambiance, enjoy the vibe, and it was great.
So we have made it to my appointment for today. I have a 75-minute seaweed massage. I'm not necessarily certain what it is, but I can't get anything that's really hard on my skin or anything too deep. So I will usually do something that's very light. So what you do is you come to this front desk and they will usually guide you to go into this direction, which is Vitality at Sea Spa. Over on this side, you have the fitness center, so the gym. So we're gonna wait here until they guide us to our massage over at the spa.
Hello. And from the moment you walk in, they have these little infusers, so it smells heavenly. Now we're gonna go down these stairs over to the next reception area. You can sit down. Let's go. You have some waters. Once you reach the bottom of the stairs, we're here in this area. And in the meantime, you just kind of sit down in these chairs and you relax until they call you. They're gonna bring a form out for me to fill out, and that form will usually be on an iPad, as you see here, and it's gonna ask me about troubled areas or anything I feel, if I'm retaining water, if I'm exhausted, if I have pain in certain areas of my body, just questions to better, I guess, modify my massage to what I need. So they will usually bring it out to me. There's one here, so let me see if I can open it, but they usually bring it. No, there has to be a code inserted, so I'm gonna wait. So just sit back. Hey guys, so I'm back from the massage. Now, I've always had very mixed reviews about Royal Caribbean's massages or like their services. So here's the thing. Royal Caribbean makes a good chunk of money with their massages and with all the services they provide, whether it's nails, hair, whatever the case. They make a good amount of money. One thing I cannot stand, and it's probably going to be my point today, like my breaking point where I never go back to get a massage. And it's sad to say because it's one of those things that I really enjoy doing when I come on a Royal Caribbean ship. I have literally only gotten a massage done once outside of a Royal Caribbean ship, and it's been the Fountain Blue in Miami. That's literally been the only time. So this is like the one thing I look forward to whenever I get on a Royal Caribbean ship is to go get either a massage or some sort of treatment like that. I'm sure like me, when you come to a cruise and you go get a massage, you just want to relax. You want to relax. You want to smell the nice smells of eucalyptus, spearmint, and lavender oils. You want to unwind. You want to feel good. You want to feel rested. The entire time I'm stressed out. Because from the moment I sit down in the room, I'm not talking about the little, okay, you saw the pad, how I was answering questions. All those questions are going to be used. The answers are going to be used to sell you something. That's the reality of it. I mean, at least that's been my experience. So once I answer all those questions, that's why sometimes I'll put not applicable or I don't have any pain at all. I'm perfectly fine and healthy. Because once I sit down in the room, they'll be like, okay, we saw here that you're retaining liquid. We saw here that you're stressed. And they have a supplement. They have a cream. They have something for everything. And they push hard on selling these things to you. Now, don't get me wrong. That's how they make money. I'm not going to knock on it but if I'm for example, I sat down and I was told before even massaging my legs or anything like that, I was told that I needed 6 months of treatment for detox because I retain a lot of liquid in my body. Before the massage started, I was still in my dress. I was sitting down. It was like a little mini consultation before you even get onto the massage table. Before you take anything off and you get on the massage table, you sit down with that person. And they told me pretty much I need detox. How do you know I need detox if you haven't even massaged me yet? And then they confirmed it at the end of the appointment. They're like, you need detox. I started the conversation by saying, how much would this treatment cost? These supplements that you're talking to me about. And they said, let's not talk about that now. We'll talk about it after your session. The entire time I was like, oh my God, once this ends, I'm going to have to, like, how am I going to say I don't want anything? I'm somebody who doesn't talk. I don't talk. I stay quiet. So the entire duration of my massage, of my treatment, I did like a seaweed treatment, which was really cool. And then I did a massage. The entire time I was stressing out because I didn't know how I was going to say I don't want anything. I was afraid of saying it beforehand because I didn't want my services to be mediocre. I didn't want the massage to be mediocre because they were upset because I wasn't going to buy something off of them. So I just stayed quiet. And then towards the end, before I even got up out of the bed, I was in the bed. They took off the mask that they put with the beads and the lavender oil smell thing. And they were like, okay, wait there. And then they started selling it to me. There's nothing I can't stand anything that is shoving something down. I can't stand it. And when I said, look, I have to talk to my husband because almost $700. Like I have to tell my husband that, I'm going to drop $700 on 3 supplements for 6 months, then like the facade changed. So I wish I had it in me to be like, listen, I came for massage. I don't want to buy anything. Thank you. But I don't have it in me. I'm very weak in that sense. So I just left and I was like, I'm going to talk to my husband and I'll come back and let you know. But if you're going to go get a massage on Royal Caribbean, just know, I'm sure other cruise lines is the same, but just know that they're going to try to sell you something. And if you're not into it, then you can say from the beginning, I'm here for massage. Don't try to sell me anything. Or towards the end, be like, I'm not interested, but thanks. I'm just weak. I'm a weakling. And I will probably be like, oh, thank you. Oh, you think I need like lipo? Okay, I'll take it. Like, okay, thank you. Like, I'm weak. And it's really hard for me to speak up for myself. So, but I can't stand that. I cannot stand that. And what I can't stand is when they diagnose me with something before they even see me. Like, how are you going to tell me I need 6 months worth of detox when you haven't even massaged me? How do you know? Whatever. Oh, and another thing, when you go pay for your massage, make sure you ask them if gratuity is included, because they put service fee, a total amount, and then under it, they put gratuity with an empty line. So chances are you're going to go in to write gratuity, like a total amount for gratuity. But I asked beforehand, I said, is gratuity included? And she said, yeah, the service fee covers my gratuity. So I left it at that. But make sure you ask. I don't know if every time you go, it's the same thing. I don't know if the service fee covers the gratuity. I don't know for every case. A ver si lo cambian ahora and you guys go and you look like you're cheap because you didn't leave gratuity. Just ask. But keynote to take from this conversation, if you go get a massage, just know that they're going to try to sell you something. If you're into it, great. If you want it, fantastic. Good for you. Enjoy yourself. Purchase it. If you don't want it, like I don't, they're going to try to sell it to you. And you could go about it 2 ways. You either say, no, I'm not interested, and be done with it. Or be like me and just be like, okay, thank you. Yeah, what do you, I need a brush for my body. Okay, add it. Oh, I need an oil for my face. Okay, add it. Oh, I'm balding. Okay, add a supplement for that. Oh, I have 12 months of detox I need to do. Okay, add it to that. But just know it's going to happen. I'm throwing myself out there by saying this, but I'm probably not going to be doing another service with Royal Caribbean again, because I hate going through that. I absolutely despise going in and stressing the entire duration of my massage, stressing on how I'm going to say, no, thank you, I don't want it. That stresses me the heck out, and I don't like it. So I'm probably not going to do this again. Probably not. Anyways, so the girls are going to come in. We're going to get ready. We haven't gotten dressed up for dinner time at all. It's nowhere near dinner time, but it's early enough to where I can get them ready and they can enjoy their attire a little bit longer. It's going to be 2 p.m. So that way they can just enjoy it, because it sucks when you come in from all your activities, you shower at about 5 or 6, you get dressed, and then you wear your outfit for like 2 hours and you wasted just like the whole look. So I'm gonna get them ready now. So let me get their clothes ready, and then I have to shower because I'm literally filled with oil everywhere. So, okay, I'll see you guys in a little bit when we're done and ready here. So we are going to Izumi for some yummy, delicious dinner. Look at my pretty girls. Qué linda esas niñas. I did a little eyeliner. Ooh, fancy girl. And we've made it to dinner at Izumi. Izumi has 2 sections in the restaurant. One is hibachi, the other one is sushi. Now, just because you're in the sushi section, it doesn't necessarily mean you don't get to eat off the menu. So let me show you both sides. This is the hibachi. We've done hibachi every single cruise we've ever been on. Here they do like the performance. You order, once you sit down, they bring you a soup or salad. They bring you the dessert at the end of the meal, and then they cook the options that you have on the menu. So you can choose between chicken, you can have lobster, you can have filet mignon, you can have shrimp. They have a variation of items, and then they cook everything in front of you. Now, if this is not for you, you don't want to wait, they usually don't have any availability unless you reserve before getting on the cruise. It's very slim, the chance of being able to sit here if you don't have a reservation beforehand. So anyways, we're not going to be doing hibachi this time around. We're actually going over to this side.
here you have options of sushi, and then they have the extensive menu, which I'm going to show you here.
Here is the Izumi menu. We have small plates up top. That's soups, salads, and things like that. And then over at the bottom, you have the signature plates, signature rolls, hibachi options. So even though you're not sitting at hibachi, you can still get that type of food sitting at the restaurant. And we sat at the restaurant because we didn't want to leave with the heavy hibachi smell on our clothes because we had activities coming up. And aside from this menu for all of the adults, you have this menu for children. So take a look at that. And up after our dinner, we went to karaoke to see the girls perform.
Take it away, Coco and Aloha.
Tell me what you see. You may see the best of me. Give it time and make me forget the rest. You can set free. I can watch the moon in my head. Don't you know who I am? Remember my name.
After karaoke, we went to the main theater where they were showing the movie Wicked. You could buy popcorn right before you take a seat. You could purchase drinks, and we just had a spectacular time ending our night this way. So that's pretty much it for episode 3. I am going to come back next week with another episode, but I do want to share a couple of things in a later video, like my top 10 most unlikable things about cruising. I mean, there's a lot of things that I love. Look, cruising is very, it covers a lot of ground area. You wake up every day in a new location. Your food is covered. You have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, a second lunch, a third dinner, whatever you want, it's covered. You have the options of eating for free, or you could go to specialty dining where you purchase food that you want. You have entertainment for free. You have activities for free. I just love that there's so much to do on a cruise, especially with young children, because you know that you're going to come back to the cruise and you're going to wake up the next day and be at another port. You cover a lot of ground area. That's why I love cruising so much. But just like there's positive, there's negative. And I have to be honest and share those things with you. I feel like in all of my videos, I share a lot of the positives. And the reality is there's negative in everything, whether you're backpacking across Europe or you are going to another state, you are traveling via car or airplane. I think that there's positive and negative in absolutely everything. Definitely for me, cruising is way more positive. I mean, it's not even in the same realm as the negative. It's a completely different universe. It's majestic to me. But there's experiences that a lot of people have that I've had on cruising that could completely change your outlook on cruising. So I want to warn you, and I want to kind of get you into the know-how of how to do certain things on cruising so that you can prevent issues from happening. So if there's something that I've experienced that I can help you with, then maybe your cruise planning will be a little bit more seamless. So that's something I want to do in a later video. I want to share the do's and don'ts and the ugly things about it. But that's besides the point. That'll be a later episode. I'm really happy that you tuned in to episode 3, and I can't wait to see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And now that you're seeing it on Sunday, Easter Sunday, happy Easter to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Tea Time with Aloha and Coco, and I'll see you in our next video. But until then, don't forget to stay magical. Until next time, bye.